Alrighty, we are back with another video. You who watch this channel, all of you guys have been supporting like crazy, man. You guys have been going crazy in this channel. I appreciate you guys getting down in the comments. I've been reading them. Some nice, some like, what's wrong with this guy? All right, anyways, to those people, welcome back. Look, we're going to be talking about Arsenal. I'm very disappointed in this team. All right, you guys know me. Obviously, it's glasses off, which means I'm being serious. I'm not a huge Arsenal fan. You guys who watch me, you guys who don't watch me, I'm just not a huge Arsenal guy. I feel like you either like Arsenal or you really don't like them. There's not any in between, all right? There's not like the middle pack that says, yeah, I don't really mind Arsenal. No, you either love them or you literally hate them so much and you hate watch them, which I did a hate watch today. But look, I try to keep all my hate watching outside of the bias. You know, on this channel, I like to have this be a comfort zone where we can all just kind of yap about football. You guys in the comments can yap. I can sit here and yap. I watch a lot of football. I play a lot of football. For me, ultimately, Arsenal is really, really letting down their fans this season with capitalizing, man. They just it's so interesting to me with Arsenal because we look at the end of last season with Man City, and I genuinely was shocked. Like, Arsenal were playing some ball last season for real. They were balling. They've not had a terrible season. I feel like they played a bit better last season than they've been playing this season. I think the points will show that too at the end of the season. But regardless of that, I felt like it was so crazy to me that they just kept winning and going head to head with Manchester City. I was really surprised. I thought that was pretty crazy to me because there was a lot of pressure on that they literally had to be perfect, and they were performing under pressure. Whereas we go to this season, and I can't wrap my head around, you know, obviously, the obvious problem, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell you that what the hell is Arsenal doing still with their number 9 position. I know that Mikel Merino has just got World Team of the Weeks and all this crap from the 9 position, but look, these guys got to sign a striker, man. All right, what they did in January was not enough. They needed more pieces to get them over the finish line, and they haven't done that. And look, for me, guys, the way they've been getting points over the years, who they've been using Havertz in that spot, who's not really a 9, man, and they've been getting away with it, but they really need to go out and sign a striker because until they do that, to be honest with you guys, they're wasting a core group of players that has cemented themselves to being a real second-place team. And look, I'm not saying that with any direct malicious intent. If you guys are watching this video, you're an Arsenal fan. I'm not yapping like a lot of Twitter is yapping about you guys today, saying you can't win trophies, all this crap. I'm not saying that. Right now, you guys are a solid, rock solid second place team. It looks like you're on your way to getting to second place this season. People have been calling me crazy because even Liverpool with their performances recently, which haven't been great, people have been calling me crazy. People have been saying, hey, man, why are you still saying Liverpool's going to win? There's no way Arsenal's going to win because Liverpool, you know, they drew 2 out of the last 3 games, and Arsenal starts going on a win streak, and everyone's saying, oh, game on, game on. Guys, no. There is a difference for me between Liverpool and Arsenal this season, all right? Liverpool know how to salvage points, 100%. You know, yes, they're drawing more games than they should, but they're not losing games that they should. And I felt like that last game against Villa, you know, they had a chance to really lose that game, and they didn't. They closed out the point. And that's the thing for me. Liverpool this season have just been a different level with that. And obviously, you know, Liverpool have been just clinical, more clinical. I feel like they're just scoring more chances where Arsenal, man, this striker problem is going to haunt them. I mean, West Ham seems to be a team that always gives teams trouble, but you know, you look at the schedule, and a lot of Arsenal fans did this. They looked at a schedule and they said, look, we're on this win streak in the Prem. You know, we've got West Ham. This is going to be 3 points, and Forest is going to be the tough game. Well, now you're in trouble because you're going away to Forest. That's going to be, I mean, this game on Wednesday now for Arsenal has become so much more important because you're running out of time. You're running out of time. 12 games left. I think 38 games. 12 games left. Okay. We look at the points available. There is 36 points available for Liverpool and for Arsenal. Okay. Right now there is an 8-point gap as it stands. I just don't know. You know, let's say Liverpool get an honest out of those 36 points. You know, we can go through and break it down. 25, 26 points. I mean, guys, you know, and even for Liverpool only getting 25 points out of 36 available, you know, that would be what? That would be, you know, that's them getting 8 wins. 8 wins and like a draw if they got 25 points. I mean, where does that leave Arsenal from 12 games? I mean, that means that Arsenal is going to have to, I mean, guys, genuinely, we're talking Arsenal would have to win every single game. Like, every single game, just draw 1. I mean, is that going to happen? From what I saw today, I just don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't think that's going to happen. Like from what I've seen today from Arsenal, I just think it's over. I think the title race is over. Look, you guys know in October I was telling you Liverpool's going to win the league. I've been standing by it all year. I just been telling you guys I think they're a little better. But for me, what ultimately, and you guys know I said this in the video, I don't like Arsenal. What ultimately upsets me though is this is not the greatest Liverpool team of all time. We've seen better Liverpool teams in previous years, in my opinion. We've seen Liverpool teams that were even luckier than they've been this season, had even more aura than they have this season, and they got a lot of that. We have seen way more better Liverpool teams, and this is a good team, but it's not a great Liverpool team. You know, they're slipping up. They're dropping points here and there more than they did in previous years. I just feel like at the end of the day, Arsenal is really going to be sick to their stomach because we look at how this Prem title race is going to finish out. 36 points. Let's say, as I said, Liverpool's going to get 25 points out of that, right? What's that put them on? And a math, that's like 86 points, right? That's just about where I think Arsenal was last season, if I'm not correct, if not mistaken. It was somewhere around that range. All right, Arsenal's going to be shooting themselves in the foot because it's not even the fact that they're dropping so many games. It's every single time Liverpool lets them in, drops points. A lot of times Arsenal is dropping points. You know, we look at where West Ham is in the table this season, a 16th place team. Like, you see Liverpool drop points in the same match week, you have to make up those 2 points. You have to beat a team that's in the bottom 5 of the table. So for me, ultimately, Arsenal is just going to be sick. If you're an Arsenal fan, you're going to be sick. You will get second place this season. I'm almost confident of it. I don't see a way you're not going to get second place. I just don't see Forest over compensating and getting over you guys in the end. I mean, but you look at this game now. You have to say, guys, Forest have a game in hand. And now this game, look, you look at Forest. If Forest beats Arsenal on Wednesday, that's going to put them 3 points behind Arsenal with a game in hand. And that's going to get a lot sweatier for second place. So Arsenal, look, you guys have everything to play for. You guys are playing in the Champions League knockout. You guys are going to be in the Champions League next season. But ultimately, for Arsenal fans, it's got to be very frustrating because I don't think you're up against a Centurion Man City squad this season. And it's just this understanding of there's no capitalization of these points that are dropped. None. And there's no urgency with the strikers. I just feel like Odegaard at moments isn't looking super urgent. I feel like a lot of the goals this season from Arsenal, the meaningful ones, have come from the defenders, which is not going to be sustainable in the long run. So Arsenal has to do their best in this offseason, in this transfer window, to please, man, they have to sign a 9 that's going to be able to just put goals away. I don't know who that is for you guys. I don't know who you think is going to go here. It's going to be the best job for them. But we look at a team that's only conceded 23 goals in 26 games. And they're almost 10 points out of first place. It's a headache, man. It's actually a headache. And you guys know I don't like Arsenal. And I'm vouching for you guys here that, look, you guys winning the league is more than possible with this squad. You have shown it. In the last 2 seasons, you have shown it. You are able to win big games. You are able to defensively do a good job. But you just can't win the games where the points are being dropped because ultimately the attack is just not good enough. Now the injuries are killing you. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and act stupid. All right, like, look, I feel like Arsenal's probably best player, if not second best player. You know, obviously it's Saka, right? And you're getting a lot of production from Saka. So to not have him, it sucks. It sucks. It's a huge miss. But you know, what can you do, man? Injuries are a part of the game. I guess you might get him back in the end of March, but it's gonna be too little, too late. You know, the rest of the players that are out, it is what it is, but Saka is obviously the massive miss for them. We look at the upcoming Arsenal schedule and who they have ahead. I mean, it's going to be Forest away. You know, it's United away. United suck, but they're desperate to get points, so it's never going to be an easy one. And then you got Chelsea. So, you know, you got this situation now where the momentum has kind of been lost. You couldn't score today. You got a red card. You lost that kind of momentum you were building with the last 5 games. Then you got to go on a run of Forest away, United away, Chelsea at home, Fulham, who's respectable at home, and Everton, who's incredibly hard to beat away. I mean, and then it's going to be Brentford, Ipswich, Palace, Bournemouth, but then you got to stretch where it's Bournemouth, Liverpool, Newcastle. Guys, I just don't see a way. I don't see a way unless Liverpool absolutely shit the bed, which I don't see a way where, you know, we still look at this, right? Liverpool's got to really, I think these 2 next games, if Liverpool beats Man City, which I expect them to win away tomorrow, and if Liverpool beats Newcastle or draws, if they get 4 points from those 2 games, I think it's completely 100% over. If they lose both of those games, we can have a different conversation and maybe I can actually entertain it. But still, I don't feel the aura from Arsenal in second place to catch up and do this. And look, if we get to the end of the season and Arsenal is able to do this, I will hold my hands up and say, bravo, proud of this team. I did not see this one coming. But Until we get to that point, I just don't see it for them. I think this one is done, and I just don't see it because I don't think when I'm looking at the next set of games for Arsenal, and I'm not seeing them being able to take as many points as they've been taking. 53 points through 26 games. I just don't think they're going to sustain that with who they're missing and how they're playing. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't think it's sustainable for them. I pointed out a couple tweets that I saw today. Every time Liverpool drops points, Arsenal tap them on the shoulder and on some, excuse me, sir, I think you dropped this, and give them right back. This is it. This is it. Patrice Evra literally said as a quote, watching Arsenal is like watching Netflix. You always have to wait for next season. But what those two just said, and I'm putting a football Twitter kid with what Patrice Evra said. Man, it's true. It's true. It's ultimately so frustrating, man. It's not even about the 3 losses. You know, you've dropped so many points this season. And that's the difference. Points that you really could have won. You know, if you go through the schedule and you look at who they dropped to, lost to West Ham, right? Lost to West Ham, then go on a very good run. But you know, you have a situation where you lose to Newcastle and you lose to Arsenal, but it's just more for me the draws, right? The draws, and that's why I'm saying if you look ahead at the rest of the schedule, Arsenal have a very high tendency to draw teams like Brighton, to draw teams like Everton. You know, they have very tough games against Newcastle. They did well against Forest previously, but I don't see it happening again away. You know, so we just look at the rest of the schedule. I think it's trouble for Arsenal. Guys, Arsenal fans, let me know in the comments how you guys are feeling. I mean, ultimately, it's going to be, I think, another second place this season, man. I think for me, this was like, you know, I've been really confident that Liverpool's going to win all year. And I think seeing this performance today, I'm just like, dude, I don't feel it any differently. So what's your reaction? What's your take? Let me know, guys. And we'll be back. We have another video tomorrow because we're going to be talking about Man City, Liverpool tomorrow on this channel, guys. Until then.